Alright, it's time for the meme museum. We have some tabs of cool stuff from Heist League. I promised I would show these before the league ends, so I guess Christmas time is a good time as any. So we have a restored item tab here with a portal gem, because early on in the league, in the first week, you could put a regular socket as well as an abyssal socket on a Stygian vise. So they fixed that, but they gave us back the gem. So we have a restored item tab, because this portal gem used to be in this belt, in this bugged belt, but it is now fixed. So these are the honorable mentions. We'll show these first, and then we work our way up to the main tabs. This is like similar stuff that we had in the past, along the same vein. That doesn't really make the cut, but it's cool enough. So this is a cold iron point that deals no elemental damage, and then it has elemental damage corrupted on it. This is a Cephal's frame, which says cannot block attacks, but then it has attack block corruption on it. And then this one, we had an Oro sacrifice with physical damage before, but this is a double physical damage corruption on a sword that cannot deal physical damage. So I thought these were at least worth popping in here. We have a power charge ham that someone started crafting and then just stopped here and gave us a Vol orb. So I'm just gonna Vol it. It could roll another power charge, or it could just roll into a different rare, I guess. This is increased attributes requirement chest enchant with reduced attributes requirements. Requires 400 dex to equip. It's just a +1 energy shield fractured belt, I guess. This is a 5-link, 5 off-color, not 6-socket bricked combs. This is a 5-link, 5-white socket expeditions, and we have this wand which has spell damage, fire damage, cold damage, lightning damage, burning damage, and physical damage. It also has mana, but that's actually part of the spell damage though. So that's a lot of damage. And then we have this bell that got fixed. We have a ring with only shaper mods, but only 4. I've seen a post where the item has 6 shaper mods. Then we have a cerulean ring with life base and a vermilion ring with mana base. We had these last league. % regen amulet on a base that would also have a regen, but different type of regen. Kind of cool. And then we have a synthesized bone helmet, which is supposed to have up to 40% minion damage, but it only rolled 11. So it's just a worse version of a bone helmet. But it's synthesized, so it can't roll a bunch of stuff. Anyway, okay. Then we have the sockets category. Now, this sword we crafted ourselves. It's a Cosprey, which is supposed to be a cast on crit weapon, right? You put things in it and then it triggers it. Unfortunately, it has no sockets, so you can't put anything in it. So it doesn't work, because we enchanted it for that. And then we also, of course, gilded fossiled it, double influenced it. And if it would have sockets, it would have 3 white sockets. But of course I can't prove this, so. Then we have a bow with all sockets linked enchant. However, restrictions may apply. All sockets are not actually linked. Along the same vein, we have a chest. All sockets are green. If you're colorblind, then this looks perfectly normal to you, right? But in reality, they're actually all red. So that's just what a Weasley little liar, dude. We have a -3 socket Eagle Claw with +1 level of socketed strength gems, int gems, gems and melee gems and quality. So whatever you put in this is gonna be real juiced up, but you can't put anything in it. And then we have -3 sockets, Gemini Claw. So this would be a 6 socket weapon, a 6 socket one-handed weapon. And then I think this is the most cursed item that we have. This is a ring that Hobbit made from a base that I'm gonna show you here later. This is an onset ring with no implicit. Not just corrupted away, it's not a corrupted item. It just doesn't have an implicit. And then he crafted it with the +1 level strength, dex, int, gem, and yeah, I think this is one of the, if not the most cursed item I've seen in Path of Exile. Alright, and then here we have just the regular meme museum tab. This was the first meme item that we found this league. We found this ourselves. Snap dropped this in a map, and then he's like, hey, MP, put this away. This is probably a meme item. It's a combat focused jewel that blocks your fire damage, so you cannot deal fire damage. And then it has fire pen corruption. And to match this, we got the same for the other 2 elements. So this is a one that blocks the lightning damage and has lightning pen. And this is one that blocks cold damage and has cold pen. Then we have a bunch of rings that are just kind of weird. We have a fire resist elemental damage double base on a sapphire ring. We have cold resist on a ruby ring. We have lightning resist on a ruby ring. We have elemental damage on a steel ring. This is just... oh, this is just the worse chaos resist on an amethyst ring. Then we have single lightning on 2 stone, single cold on 2 stone, and single fire on 2 stone. So these are just like worse rings. Okay, now we have this Call of the Brotherhood. What's the problem with this one? The problem is that it incubated the item, but it didn't pop. It's at maximum incubation. And I think the way this works is that when the incubator would pop and your character is in a position where the item has no place on the ground to drop, then it just doesn't drop. And someone noticed this and unequipped the ring and gave it to me. I think if you kill another monster after it drops, like, it doesn't permanently bug, so it's like, it was a really nice catch. We have a Malachai's Artifice with 7/7/7/7/7/7. Of course, it's a pretty big divine range. So this is a 1 in 17,576 divine to hit the triple 7/7. Pretty good. And of course, it's item level 69. Then we have a 2 stone ring. So this is one of those rings that is like this, except it's Elder. It's an Elder 2 stone ring, and that's it. No implicit. This is another Omega cursed item. Alright, this is a 2 stone ring that says cannot be poisoned and then corrupted. It just looks so scuffed. I saved this. I had to. Then we have Glorious Vanity, 420. Blood. We have a Vaal Temple map that isn't corrupted and has no mods. So someone just vendored 5 Vaal Temples, I guess, and got a base. Then we have a assortment of Paradoxicas. This is corrupted but unveiled. Or veiled. Right. You can still unveil this, but why? This is gain a frenzy charge after spending 200 mana corruption with no mods. Crit multi, no mods. Skills fire an additional projectile, no mods. And attack speed, no mods. Then we have a smoking crack mace. So we already did the smoking quiver, smoking blunt arrow quiver of the cloud stuff. So I wasn't gonna use something like this, but someone made a gilded fossil, 30 qual, double influence, triple white socket, smoking crack mace. So I guess that's worth including. We have Fate Shelter, which is the longest text you can get on a follower item. I'm pretty sure these are just the longest lines. All 4 mods with double lines. So that's this league's book. We have Soul Tether. Now what is this? What is this, guys? It's Soul Tether. But wait. This is Soul Tether. And this is also Soul Tether. Yeah. We duped it. We upgraded it. It's just a rare item called Soul Tether. We skinned a Soul Tether on it. Alright, this studded belt is the same meme as this ring. It's like a non-implicit item. Like these dropped very, very early on in Heist League. Some cursed stuff. This. What is this? I was looking at it today for like 20 seconds before realizing what's wrong. I was like, what is this? It's just a Gluttony. Okay, it's Shaper influence. That's kind of cool, I guess. But there's no implicit on it. So it's one of these belts that got influenced, or it was already Shaper, and then someone chanced it. And it still doesn't have an influence. So you could make a Headhunter with enough of these base belts. Trash the treasuring or whatever. Make a non-implicit Headhunter. Can you divine it? Yeah, of course. Why not? It doesn't have an implicit. Are you asking if I can bless it? Could not reroll the target's implicit mod values. You actually can't bless it. It doesn't have an implicit. Can you bless these? No, same thing. These are so cursed. Alright, we have a Crusader Gloves with 4 curses, 4 curse on hits. Temp Chains, Vulnerability, Ellie Weak, and Enfeeble. And they're all rolled to 44. So 4 times 44. This looks hard to divine, but it's actually not, because it can only roll 40, 44, and 48, because it's level 10, 11, 12 or something like that. So that's a lot of 4s. Then we have a Blight Scarab. Then we have Leadership's Prize. Now, what's wrong with this amulet? This amulet is supposed to give you max res, but they all rolled 0. It rolls between 0 or -3 and 3, and they all rolled 0, so it's not on the amulet. And then it's corrupted, of course. Pretty cool. Plus 0 max res. A level 2 23 quality portal gem that equates to 69% cast speed, of course. We have a synthesized heavy belt, which is just the worst heavy belt. Like a lot worse. Like this should roll up to like 35 strength, but it just doesn't. Along the same vein, we have the two-tone boots with only 8 resists. I think these roll up to 12, ideally. Oh yeah, this belt is also at level 69. I mean, of course. And then, now this. This is a Convoking Wand, which is supposed to have the base can roll minion modifiers. It doesn't have that base. It has strength base, but it still rolled minion modifiers. So that can happen. Strong wand. Yeah. Then we have 2 blueprints. One of them only has currency rewards, and the other one has every reward type -2. I'm sure ever since then, people found like one that has all of them, but I haven't logged in like a month or so. So, well, other than the race. So this is the most type of rewards that we got. This is missing 2. Tier of Purity. This is so pure. This is the purest amulet I've ever owned. It grants a level 21 purity and a level 10 purity. And then the same thing, we have a Forbidden Shako, which, first of all, they forget to press enter. So it's like the widest wide people happy item in the game. And it has 2 Nightblade supports on it, 32 and 8. So this one just takes the highest one, but maybe level 40. Who knows? Anyway, that's been the meme museum, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are the coolest items that we found or that people gave us to show off for this league. Thank you if you gave me one of these items during the first like month or 2 of Heist League. There's some interesting stuff in here. And thank you for watching. See you in the next league.